Hey guys, welcome to the last video of our Introduction to Onshape tutorial series and the last video of the desk tidy as well. Today we are going to export this into an engineering drawing like so, right? Hopefully by the time we've done this, you'd be able to then print this off at home and eventually submit one of these in the class forum for me to have a look and make sure you've done all the work. All right, let's get cracking. So we've finished the phone holder / tidy thing. You got your name here, and yeah, that's it. So good job. And if you've done it correctly, you should have 7 extrude functions and 6 sketches that are all hidden as well. All right, and yeah, let's put this into a drawing. Now, just looking at the engineering drawing, I've forgotten to fill this up, but we'll get that sorted as well. Essentially, what we're doing now is, this is called a third angle projection, right? So we've got our top, front, and our side views. These are the 3 main views. And then this is a section view showing you what this object would look like if we cut it down from here. And then I've gone ahead and put a 3D isometric view as well, just so you can show the actual object in 3D. Okay. And what I want you to pay attention is how we dimension, like dimensioning conventions. We can see that the big overall dimensions on the outside, and then the little ones go inside of it. Right. That's the only place we've had to do that here. Ultimately, the whole idea of an engineering drawing is you should be able to give this to someone and they should be able to make this on a CAD program or by hand using timber or plastic or metal. All right, let's get on with it. Okay, so to do this, we need to open up a drawing, right? The best way to do this, well, the only way I've known so far on this software is to go to this little plus icon on the bottom that says Insert New Element, click it, and click on Create Drawing. Right. Once you click that, it'll take you to this page. I'm going to show you how to make a custom template, right? So don't worry about these. Click on Custom Template up here. We want to go third angle, right? English A4 is good because we can print it off at home. Units are in millimeters, decimal separated by a period. Border, you can just go include or do not include. I'm going to go do not include. Yep, and go ahead and click OK. Alright, so this is the drawing page. This is what opens up. First of all, I want you to get out of this select part or assembly box and hit this red cross over here as well. We'll talk about how to get into those menus. Right, so if you look at it, the navigation is pretty similar to the 3D space. By the way, if you need your 3D space, it's down here. Right, click on Part Studio, it'll take you here. Right, drawing is right next to it. On the top, we've got our modifiers again. So this is to insert a view, that's the projective view, that's our section drawing, view, etc. Dimensioning, the very same, but when you dimension on the drawing, it doesn't actually change the model. It shows you the dimension of the actual model we built, right? We can add text, you can add a grid, tables, whatever. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. Before we do anything, I like to start off by just putting a title here. So get on that, click it, delete that, double click, right, backspace, and that's drawing number 1 because we only have one drawing. Click the tick, double click that, and we can name this phone holder desk tidy. Okay, it's a long name, but it fits. And then this one over here, we don't want that showing like that. Let me get rid of that as well. Okay, there you go. Your title block is mostly done. We can fill that up if you want to, but I'm not too fussed about it right now. All right, so let's insert our model here. So for that, we need to go to Insert View, click that. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to pick the scale. We want this to be half the size so it fits on this page, so we're going 1 to 2. If we go 1 to 1, that is actual size. 1 to 2 is half the size. 1 to 3 is a third. You get what I mean. All right, you're doing something really small, you can do 2 to 1, 3 to 1, essentially the opposite, okay? But we are going to use the 1 to 2 scale. Right, and click insert. That'll bring up this menu here. We need to go to Part Studio, Parts, because it is one part that we're doing. And click that. Then we'll have this. Ooh, give it a second. This it gets a bit slow in the drawings. I haven't figured out why yet. We have this drawing over here, just a front view. You'd notice that it is pretty laggy. Okay, so just bear with the software a bit. Click that. Click and let go. And then you get this other view. Place either the side or the top, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to go with the top. And then it'll get out of that. And you notice that it automatically changes the function to projected view. Right, so what I'm going to go and do now is click on our front view, let go, and drag out the side view from there. Okay, then we hit escape. Now we're going to go ahead and dimension the main drawings first. Okay, follow what I do, and we'll try to keep it looking reasonably neat. Right. What I like to do is I like to get my main height and width on the front drawing and the depth on the top view. Okay, and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, just like in the 3D space, we're going to hit dimension. Okay, and you'll notice. So click, make it about that long. Right, there you go. Next one. You notice that if we go and try to just do this part, it's not giving you that whole length. Okay, we want the overall dimension. So I'm going to go from this top point and the bottom point, and that'll give us 90. Okay, pull that out a fair bit because this inside dimension needs to go on the inside of that. 70, right? And we can give this side dimension here as well, 20. Okay. Or you can have the side on this side. Actually, let's put it on that side. Click that again, and there we go. Just on that side. So that's that front view done. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the top view. So I can just manipulate that like so. We don't need to do the overall length anymore, but we do need to do the overall depth. Okay, so again, like I showed you before, it won't let us select this whole line, so we're going to go from point to point. That's a 95 mil thing. Give it a bit of space. And the next thing we want to do is define this inside box. 75. Don't worry about this space here, because remember when we did draw that box, we went on the offset amount of 2 mil. 2 mil here. And then we also did 2 mil here. There you go. That's good enough for that part. Now the interesting part is with the circles. Now you notice that with the circles we can't really see the center point here. Okay, so we need to first of all put the center there so we can show them, or whoever's looking at this drawing, that the center point of that circle is 30 millimeters from each edge, right? So for that, I'm going to go up here to the center mark, click that, and then click either one of these circles, it doesn't really matter, and you'd see that that center point forms up there, right? So if you hit escape, there we go, stop. Right, and the next thing is to dimension this. So I'm going to dimension the center point to the ends first. It's 30 out that way. The center point to the end, and 30 up here as well. Okay. And I'm only going to dimension the inner circle. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, it's 56 millimeters there. Because if I try to do another dimension, it's going to be quite messy, right? So I am going to just put that outside diameter on the front view. Ooh, wrong escape. There you go, 60. Right, that's that so far. Now we're going to move on to the side view. Okay, in the side view, we are just going to dimension our groove for the phone. Okay, first thing, right, that's 10 mil. That's 12. Then we need to know the depth. It's 10 as well. Right, so that's the side done. So that's most of our main dimensioning done, but we still need to show how deep the cuts are here. And the only way to do that is by cutting this open and putting that join next to it over here. To do that, we go to the section view. We're cutting it this way, so we're going vertical, and place that line around the middle there. Right. And we want the drawing to be here. Go ahead and click it. And now we've got a section view here. Right, and you'll see it says A to A, which means we're looking at it from here to there, and that's our section view. I'm going to go ahead and dimension that. So that depth is 80 mil. And that depth is 10. Right. Get out of the dimension tool. One last thing, if you want to do this, let's get this out into an isometric 3D view. Best way to do that is go back to projected view, click. Right, you see if we want to go up, if you go straight up, it's going to give us a top view. If you go to the left, it'll give us a left view. Right, it'll give us a right view. But if we go at an angle, if you go diagonally, you go a bit bigger, you click, there we go. It'll give you, and get out of the projected view by the way, it'll give you the 3D view. Alright guys, and that's it for drawings. Now to submit this, you can't submit this, you have to on Mazcom put in a PDF. So the way to do that is right click on drawing and click export, and file name Destidy drawing, format PDF, text normal black and white, and just hit option to download, and you get this message saying that it's been prepared for export. If you click on the bell, it'll tell you what's happening here. It's exporting the element. Right, and when that's done, it'll send a message to you, and here it is. It's just opened up in my downloads folder. Make sure it's the correct one. Phone holder Destidy, scale 1 to 2. Forgot to tell you that the scale will auto-populate once you pick the scale up there. Alright guys, thanks for sticking out with it. Hope you learned something. See you in the next videos when we make them. Stay safe. Have a good one.